So a few months ago, I'm playing around in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. And you know, in my first playthrough, having a lot of fun replaying the game in glorious 60 frames a second and HD, using flow motion when suddenly, basically, I've fallen out of the world. And unfortunately at this point of the game, I don't have glide. I can't do anything about what I'm doing except to press pause. Let's look at it again in slow motion. So I knock off this one enemy here, and then go to target the one behind him to the right. I do a flow motion blow off attack on him, send him to just out of, well, basically on the edge of out of bounds. Then look at my figure on the minimap. As I use the blow off attack again, it pulls me out of the map. And there I stay, and I start to fall. Unfortunately again, I don't have glide, so it's really all I can do to press pause at this point. So now I'm thinking, well, if I can do it once, surely I can do it again, and maybe in other places as well. So I start switching between Sora and Riku, trying to see if they can do it in different spots. Now obviously, Sora is advantageous because he has glide, whereas Riku will only really get to dash and aerial jump before he has to start falling again. So I start trying as Sora in lots of different places, namely the world that never was, because I'm very curious to see what this would look like from underneath. Basically my technique is to repeatedly use flow motion attacks on enemies at the edge where I could possibly fall off. Unfortunately this area was completely unsuccessful. I was trying for quite a long time, approximately the length of half a season of Louis in various places. Now you may notice that my Dream Eaters are the default starting ones here, and the reason for that is that I want to keep the enemies alive. These are the things that are going to help me get out of bounds, so I want to keep them alive for as long as possible before having to restart. I switched to Riku at one point, and I'm curious to see whether being wedged between the corners of two walls will potentially help me phase out, but unfortunately as Riku I was completely unsuccessful. So eventually, after one of my many attempts at Riku, I'm dropping back into Sora, who I am trying back at the original location, and well, let's see what happens. And I'm out. Do a quick pause because I can hardly believe it, and then immediately begin to glide. And, well, let's take a look at what the map looks like from underneath. Unfortunately, this one hasn't really got much to look at, and to be quite honest, you can almost see everything from on the map itself. You'll notice a layer of clouds below me, the almost yellowy orangey looking clouds. Keep your eyes on them. Yeah, there you go. It just changes to a almost more sinister looking landscape. And then I get teleported back up to the original platform, exactly where I left off. So I'm now thinking, well, maybe I could do it somewhere else as Sora. So after a few more tries in a different location of that original World That Never Was map as Sora, it doesn't take long before I'm out. Do a quick pause again, and then we begin to glide. So there isn't much to see outside of the map itself, but as I get back into it, we can see the underside of some of the buildings, and that little Dream Eater's teleporting behind me into the abyss. So here is the castle that never was, from underneath as well as the rest of the city. And as I let you guys have a little look at the rest, I'll just let you know, this channel focuses a lot on Kingdom Hearts content and other games as well. Lately I've been focusing a lot on Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, which was formerly known as Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. So if you're interested in more of my videos, feel free to check it out. You'll notice as I popped back into the world, I've actually appeared in a different location to where I originally left off. I'll just take you back to where I was originally now. It's just interesting to note that differs from the other map where I ended up teleported back to exactly the same place where I was. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know if this has ever happened to you, or if you're curious to try it out for yourself. And all the best.
Whoa.